I want to talk about your journey now. What was the most challenging part of this whole thing that just kind of ended tonight? When you look back, what was the most challenging?
What did you say?
I think for myself was, number one was definitely being away from the family, being away from my daughter, my wife, and then getting used to staying in a small tent. Myself and Steven in a small Coleman tent. Yeah, that was kind of tough, but there was
like
some.
shoulder to shoulder in the tent.
And we're both big
Lying
guys,
like
yeah, sleeping like sardines in the can. And getting accustomed to the weather, there was some tough conditions. I remember when we arrived in, I think Luderitz in Namibia, it was cold, it was miserable, and everyone was praying, hey, I hope we don't have to camp. And then Justin said, guys, sorry, you guys are camping. And
Justin, that guy.
He's evil.
yeah,
He's evil.
there's no match made for him. And then the normal stuff like the hot water, what you're used to in the comfort of your home, that you have to kind of mission and try and find it. For me, that was.
Normally at home you can just get up, go to the bathroom, and then do your thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was a whole different ball game, really. I would say the toughest thing was also for me, like to be away from home, because I haven't been away from home for like 2 months.
Yeah.
So like after the third week, I was a bit homesick, but pulled through, and it paid off in the end, though.
I want to talk about Justin. He broke 2 of his ankles while shooting, hey?
Yeah.
I heard it from his perspective. I want to hear it from yours now. I think Stephen thought it was quite funny.
Justin is a really crazy guy behind the scenes. Also, how exactly did he sprain his ankle?
I think the first one he was drunk and he fell over.
Lots of brandy and coke, and then he woke up, his ankle was buggered. So I don't know.
Yeah, and then the next one, I think he misplaced his foot and he went his ankle, and so he was on both crutches. For the
payback for all of those
all those evil things he
yeah,
made us
all
do.
the evil things he made you do. Now, tell me about something that happened behind the scenes that maybe we wouldn't have gotten to see with the Ticker Boys. I mean, you guys used to kind of stayed out of the drama and were really lovable and easy to like. But anything happened behind the scenes that would maybe shock us or surprise us?
Let's think. What happened behind the scenes now again that we can say?
It's quite hard, yeah. I don't think there was a couple of funny moments. I think the one was where it was myself and Steven's first time going down the Orange River, and we had to go through this rapids, and no one told us how to paddle through rapids.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
And we were the last boat coming, and then so we kind of lost control when we were spinning, and then we actually hit this other team, Alamofepe, and we hit them head on. But they never fell off. We fell off, and as we fell off, I looked, and there was a massive, like a
iguana type
iguana
of
What?
big
sitting
lizard.
on the bridge, like in
I
front of
never
me.
saw it though. I like got onto this one ledge thing, and then they said it was right by my head.
It
It was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh,
Guys,
yeah,
that's
no.
scary.
it
Yeah.
was scary. Luckily, I didn't see it, so I was alright.
Yeah, I
And
think
there
that-
was a bit of animosity between the teams, like the older teams and the younger teams. It was a bit of like segregation going on there.
Really?
Yeah, because like we would maybe stay up till a bit later,
Oh, I see.
and then they would want to sleep.
Yeah,
Drinking
like-
all those brandy and cokes.
Yeah.
It's like some kind of a record amount of brandy and cokes were consumed during
Yeah, if
this.
KWV is one of the sponsors, then we'll all be brandy.
What was your favorite thing you cooked in the entire show? That's probably a very hard question.
I think my favorite dish we cooked was the episode in Sossusvlei, Namibia, where we had to do a composed dish.
Yeah.
It was wildebeest we got as our protein, as venison, and myself and Steven, we've cooked venison before, but never wildebeest,
Yeah.
and we actually won that challenge. We skipped it, we went to a reward challenge next, so that was my favorite dish.
Yeah. I would also say that in the final we cooked the yellowtail.
Yeah.
I would say the yellowtail was one of my favorites because I was a bit skeptical because yellowtail is one of those things that can either go very dry
Yeah,
and be
exactly.
like flavorless and like just not feel right. And it was actually like, it was nice to know that the judges really liked it, man. And also what we done was we didn't just braai a yellowtail, we did a couple of things with the yellowtail, man. Like showed the versatility of this simple fish, and I think that was one of my favorites.
What was the hardest thing to cook?
How's that? Lamb smileys,
Yeah,
lamb
definitely.
heads, sheep heads. We cooked.
24-hour challenge, yeah, we had to do, I think, lamb from snout to tail.
Yeah.
And cooking the lamb, the heads.
I think that the whole challenge in general, it was a 24-hour challenge. We had like 3 hours of sleep,
It's messed up.
It's messed up.
That's
Yeah, in the heart of the Karoo, like 40
Yeah.
degrees, and
Jeez.
including standing next to that fire. So it
Sure.
was,
They were cute enough to set up tents for us, but just it didn't really.
yeah, it never worked.
3 hours of sleep.
Were you thinking maybe that you would go home after that one?
Yeah, I think it was tight. Yeah, they
It
said we
was
just
definitely-
scraped through, but that's what the judges said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we always pushed ourselves, man. And there was a couple of things that we done that we pushed ourselves. We thought we're not gonna play it safe and so on. And that we're gonna try and give it our best shot.
Yeah,
and
like if we go home, rather go home on
yeah, I'd
high.
rather go home
Yeah.
on a high, knowing that we pushed ourselves. So yeah, that was definitely one of the challenges where we pushed ourselves a bit.
Guys, congratulations once again.
Thanks
Thank
a
you
lot.
so much
Thank
for
you.
sitting down
Thanks
with
for
me.
having us.
Thank you.